Hi everyone, welcome to the Muster Drill. I'm Scott, and Royal Caribbean has canceled some cruises, and not because of COVID. Hi everyone, welcome back. So, Royal Caribbean had canceled some cruises to their private destination Labadee on the island of Haiti. Last month they canceled some of those cruises on from the Allure of the Seas. Now they've announced that they are canceling a sailing on the Mariner of the Seas going to Nassau and Labadee, and they're going to replace that sailing with, the usual Mexican suspects of Costa Maya and Cozumel. So you might think, okay, what a surprise, more cancellations, it's probably because of COVID. Actually, no. This time it's not because of COVID. It's due to basically civil unrest in the country of Haiti. I guess I guess it stems from the July 7th assassination of their president. It got a little bit of airplay on the U.S. news circuit, but in my opinion, not enough. And most people may have even just forgotten about it by now, but apparently the Haitians have not forgotten about it, and it is still, a real serious issue within their country and their society. And the earthquake that they experienced in August, didn't make matters any better for them. So as a result of, basically the political situation and the civil unrest and everything that's going on in the country, Royal Caribbean has just, decided that it's probably not a great time to bring a bunch of, cruise passengers to a luxurious, beachy resort area in their country. So in any event, they had canceled the Mariner of the Seas going to Labadee, and because they've replaced it with the Mexican ports of Costa Maya and Cozumel, they're not going to be able to do the Nassau trip or the Nassau stop that was originally scheduled. So they've eliminated that Nassau stop and replaced it with a sea day. So on a really cool ship like the Mariner that's, just been recently outfitted with a bunch of new, bells and whistles, probably a welcome time. I mean, everybody loves a sea day, right? So interesting enough that, a cancellation occurs that, in a time where cancellations are happening because of COVID. Apparently not this time. So moving on from that, MSC, was recently cleared to start sailing their first ship from the U.S., the Meraviglia. That Meraviglia sails from Miami. So now they recently did a test sailing on the MSC Divina from Port Canaveral, and they just came back from that test sailing last week. And the CDC has issued them a conditional sail order certificate. So that's great news for MSC and for people who love sailing MSC. So now MSC has a second ship that is going to be able to join their U.S. restart. So the MSC Divina sails from Port Canaveral. It's it's a smaller, older ship, but it's still, equally fabulous. And MSC expects to bring their newest flagship, the Seashore, back on, back into the fold and to start sailing from Miami in November. So then that will be their third ship coming back. So that's great news for, as we continue to move on through the, through the restart process. I love hearing how, this whole thing is keeps going despite some of the real issues and concerns, with the shortening of the testing, window, which, really makes a difficult situation even more difficult. But I'm not going to really go into that, on this video. And, so it's just good that the MSC is, that this, MSC is joining, another ship is joining their restart. So the last thing I wanted to talk about today, and this is just something I've already talked about in several videos, I just want to make this clarification because I've been seeing some headlines that I think are just a tad bit misleading. Now, obviously, if you read the story goes on to clarify it, but I hate that these headlines are so, I've seen this headline and it really is a little misleading. This headline says that Carnival is now accepting home tests as, as proof that you are, COVID negative. And that's not exactly true, okay? So it's a little misleading because as I've talked about, as other people have talked about, there are 2 home tests that you can take for COVID-19. And one is not medically supervised, and that cannot be used. You have to use the one that is medically supervised. And that's the one that's called the home kit, or it says RX use only on it. And the other one says over the counter or OTC. The OTC cannot be used. And I just wanted to just say that again for anybody who's watching this video and, and saw those same headlines. I hate that headline is so misleading because, I would hate for anybody to show up at the port and not be able to get on board because, they're a headline reader. Because there's a lot of us out there. A lot of people just read the headline and don't read anything else. So I just wanted to clarify that. So that's going to do it for today's video. Thank you very much for tuning in. And if you like this video, please click the like button. And please subscribe to our channel. It doesn't cost anything. You click the button once, it's done. It won't bother you, it won't pester you, but it will really, really, really help this new and growing YouTube channel just tremendously. So I really would appreciate it if you would click that subscribe button. And don't forget to click the notification bell so that you know every time we upload a new video. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.